your kisses too. I never knew what they could do. I can't believe you'd fall in love with me. You're telling everyone I know I'm on your mind each place you go. Can't believe you'd fall in love with me. I have always placed you far above me. I just can't imagine that you love me. And after all is said and done, to think that I'm the lucky one, I can't believe that you're in love. Can't believe that you're in love. Can't believe that you're in love with me. All right, good. That's fine. Take 5, fellas. Now, Mac, you're going to have to choreograph this thing in 2 days.
2 days?
Oh, now, stop complaining. Hard work never hurt anybody. The show's got to go on. Remember Wendy's specialty, huh?
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Fine, fine, sweetheart. You're a good dancer. Oh, hi, son. I had no idea it was so late. Excuse me. Say hello to the girls. This is my boy, Rusty.
Hi, Rusty.
Listen, let's break for lunch now 1 hour, huh? And only 1 hour. Everybody be back on time. Yeah.
Look, before you go to lunch, can I see you in the office for a minute? There's something very important I want to talk to you about.
All right. Russ, wait for me. I'll be right back.
I didn't know that Mr. Williams had such a grown son.
I don't think he knows it either. What I mean is, sometimes it's pretty hard to convince him I'm grown up.
You sure look grown up to me.
Oh, thank you.
And handsome, too.
Thank you again, Miss...
Collins.
Miss Collins?
Wendy Collins.
Hi.
Hi.
Dad's taking me to lunch. I'm through with classes for today.
What college do you go to?
College? Oh, I don't go to college. I will next year.
Oh, fine.
You really thought I was old enough to go to college?
Why, yes. After all, age is a relative thing. Some boys never grow up. And some are quite mature, even in their teens.
True. Tell me something, Miss Collins.
Call me Wendy.
Wendy? It's all right to call you Wendy?
Sure.
All right, Wendy. Being a dancer and so pretty and all, I'll just bet you have a lot of boyfriends.
Oh, no. I'm sort of the one-man type myself.
Oh, hey, that's great. Well, you know what I mean.
What college are you planning to go to?
Well, I was kind of thinking of Princeton.
Oh, I like Princeton boys.
You do?
Oh, yes.
Do you like football players?
What girl doesn't?
Oh, I'm a football player. Well, I'm gonna go out for the team there.
Well, I'm sure you'll have no trouble making it. I can see you're all there in the muscle department.
Thank you. You're sure all there, too. You're sure nice.
Thank you, Rusty. You're very nice, too. Well, Rusty, it was wonderful meeting you.
It was nice meeting you, too, Wendy.
I hope to see you again sometime. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, so where do you want to go to lunch?
Princeton.
Is that a new delicatessen?
Hey, pal.
Oh, hi, Dad.
Oh, hi. When did you arrive? What's wrong with you?
Dad?
Yeah?
Did you know that my coming down here today was fate?
And just because I'm taking you to lunch?
I met her.
Her who?
Wendy Collins. The girl I'm gonna marry.
Daddy, I don't think it's anything to laugh about. Rusty and a Copa girl.
Well, it's better than marrying a lady wrestler.
Marry her?
Don't get so excited, kid, will you? It's just a big joke.
Well, I don't think it's anything to joke about.
Oh, honey.
Danny, you should have talked to him right there and then and told him to act his age. A 17-year-old boy is a complicated, unpredictable human being.
Oh, come on, Kathy.
Well, honey, she must be at least 5 or 6 years older than Rusty. This situation could be dangerous.
Boy, you talk about a 17-year-old being complicated. Listen to you. What are you making such a big mishmash out of nothing? I mean, Rusty says he's got a crush on a girl, that's one thing. But for him to do something about it, that's another thing altogether. He wouldn't have the nerve.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, will you relax, you little mother hen, and stop worrying your boy?
Well, it's just a
He's just a
baby.
kid, will you? Please just remember that he's just a kid. Oh, hi, son.
Hi, any calls for me?
Do you mind repeating that?
The matter, Dad?
What happened to your voice?
I don't notice that anything happened to it.
I do.
I never heard it so low before.
Well, when a guy gets older, his voice changes.
I wouldn't force it if I were you. Don't you think for a while you should just speak in your natural voice?
But this is my natural voice. Can I help it if I'm maturing?
I'm going to give you exactly 1 second to unmature.
Oh, gee whiz, you just don't want me to grow up.
That's the key I like to hear you singing.
You haven't answered my question. Did I have any phone calls?
Oh, well, Russ, I didn't write it down, but Evelyn did call.
Oh, Evelyn. Kid.
Kid. All of a sudden, Evelyn's a kid. Last time you carried her books from school, you weren't looking at her like she was such a kid.
Well, that was a long time ago, Dad.
Yeah, how long?
Yesterday.
Oh, fine. What's the matter? What's that?
It's a pipe. How does it look? Does it do anything for me?
You just start smoking it and see what it'll do for you. Get you a nice fat hit on the head for me. What do you got the thing in your face for?
Oh, I'm not gonna smoke it yet.
You're telling me, and yet it'll be a long time. You'll smoke when I light it up for you, pal, and that's a few years yet.
Oh, I'm just trying it on for size.
All right, just remember that.
What is so funny?
Rusty, aren't you a little old to be blowing bubbles?
Good for you.
For your information, this is not a pipe for blowing bubbles. This is a real pipe for smoking tobacco. But I won't be smoking it for a little while yet.
You certainly will not, so just take that
Ow.
ridiculous thing out of your mouth and forget about it.
Don't you start acting your age.
Oh,
What for?
Yes,
What do you want to
Evelyn,
play?
yes, just a minute.
Evelyn, tell her I'm not in.
Where shall we tell her you are? At the club sipping brandy?
Rusty, I am not going to fib for you. You can at least be polite enough to speak to her.
Answer. Boy.
Hi, Evelyn. How are you? My voice? No, there's nothing the matter with it. No, I don't have a cold. Well, it's just that when a fella grows up and matures, his voice changes.
So does his head.
Oh, the party tomorrow night. Well, I'll tell you, I don't have too much time for kid parties anymore. Besides, something else came up. Just something, that's all. Well, I'm sorry, that's the way it is. Goodbye, kid.
Rusty, that was a very rude thing to do.
Well, she'll learn to forget me in time.
I hope I'm that lucky.
You shouldn't speak to a nice, sweet girl like Evelyn like that.
Well, it's probably a lot kinder than coming right out and telling her I've got a new girl.
You've got another new girl?
Yeah, and what a girl. Didn't Dad tell you about her, Mom?
Well, sort of.
We took one look at each other and boing.
Boing.
Yeah, we flipped for each other. Do you know something else? She thought I was a college man.
She thought you were a college man.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's some kind of a kook.
Oh, there ought to be a law against kids' sisters.
All right. Simmer down, simmer down.
Oh, by the way, I'll probably be seeing you at rehearsal tomorrow afternoon.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop down and ask Wendy for a date.
A date? Russell, I want to talk to you a minute.
Well, could it wait a while, Mom? I'm overdue for a shave.
Shave? Since when do you shave?
Well, don't look so surprised. I'm loaded with fuzz.
Let me see. Well, he does have a little fuzz.
So does a peach.
He has more like a plum.
Leave her alone, will you?
Well, she bugs me.
All right.
Russ, listen, I want to talk to you. Honey, do you have to be in such a terrible hurry to grow up?
Mom, I am grown up.
I know you are, darling, but just the same...
And, Mom, did you know that when a guy falls in love, I mean really in love, it makes a man out of him?
Russell, that's all very true, but this boing stuff, this love at first sight, son, that's just something you see in the movies.
Well, you said with you and Mom it was love at first sight.
Well, that's different. That wasn't like falling in love with a girl. I didn't mean it like that. I mean, it wasn't like falling in love with a young girl. I didn't mean that either. Oh, I just, you know what I mean.
Probably a small boy.
No, stop it. Look, son, what I mean is when I fell in love with Mom, it was serious.
Well, it's serious with Wendy and me,
What
too.
kind of serious? Haven't even finished high school.
Oh, that's something else I wanted to talk to you about.
What?
I don't want you to go getting any wrong ideas. I mean, I don't want you to think I'll be neglecting my schoolwork or anything, because I won't.
Oh.
In fact, with Wendy as an incentive, I'll be working even harder.
Oh, that's fine.
You know, Dad, I didn't really have a purpose in life until I met her.
Oh, Rusty, that's wonderful, darling, but...
I still haven't decided whether I'm going to be a lawyer or a doctor. But I'll tell you, whichever one I decide to become, you can just bet I'll be the best lawyer or best doctor there is. So Wendy can be proud of me. Our children can be proud of me. If you'll excuse me, this beard isn't getting any shorter.
How do you like that? All of a sudden, he's become my son, the old man.
You just better get that old man straightened out.
Yeah, this is getting kind of serious, isn't it?
It certainly is, Danny. You've got to put your foot down.
Well, I don't think now's the time, honey. I mean, the state of mind he's in, I mean, it would just cause a lot of resentment. I'll talk to him about it some other time.
Well, if you won't talk to him now, I will.
Now, Kathy, just a minute, sweetheart. Now, don't get your Irish up. Let's think about this for a minute. What are you going to gain talking to him? I got a better idea. We'll talk to Wendy.
Well, that's a good idea. You just tell her to stay away from Rusty.
No. I'm going to tell her to go out on a date with him.
What? Oh, boy, that is a brilliant solution, Dr. Googledorf.
As a matter of fact, it is, Mrs. Googledorf.
Gee whiz, Wendy, Sue, I just don't like it.
But Brad, he's the band leader. He's supposed to go over the arrangements with me.
Well, I just can't wait to get you back to Astabula. You never acted that way there.
Oh, Brad.
Well, does he have to put his arm around you and call you honey?
Well, that's showbiz. Everybody calls everybody honey.
Yeah, but I'm the guy that's going to marry you, and I'm the only one who's going to call you honey.
You're the most jealous person in the world, and I love you for it. Now, you just be a good boy and you sit down over there. I've got a lot of work to do.
Oh, Wendy, could I talk to you for a minute?
Oh, sure, Mr. Williams.
I hope you'll take this properly. I wonder, would you consider me rude if I asked you to go out on a date, honey? What's going on here?
He's my fiancé.
Oh, I thought he was a
Brad
new
Wilson.
bouncer. Would you... Yeah, would you just
Look, if
relax?
you ever ask my girl for a date again, I'll break every bone in your body.
Oh, well, just take it easy, physical one. I wasn't asking your girl for a date. I'm not asking her to go out with me.
Well, you better not.
Oh, no. Certainly not. Yeah, I was asking her to go out with my son. Son, father, I just got my son killed. Listen.
Brad,
Would you mind taking it
you're going
easy?
to get me fired.
I don't mind that so much, but I think he broke my cigar.
Brad, this is my boss, Danny Williams.
Well, what's going on here?
Well, I'd like to explain.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Well, look, I'll explain it if you promise me you won't butt in till I finish, okay?
Okay.
Well, no, but promise.
Brad?
I promise.
Huh? Now, Wendy, honey. You broke your promise.
I don't like anybody calling my girl honey.
Oh, okay, I'll call her sweetheart.
I don't like that either.
I'll call her sir. Do you mind leaving the coat alone?
Dad, will you please let him explain?
Yeah, let me explain. Now, Wendy, Rusty has flipped for you, but completely. And, well, I mean, it's nothing to worry about. It's strictly a case of puppy love. After all, he's only 17.
Well, 17's a pretty big puppy, and I don't like him growling at my girl.
Believe me, he's as harmless as if he were wearing a muzzle. And I wish you were.
You got all excited over nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing to get excited about. Now, look, honey, sir, Rusty will be here in a few minutes, and he's going to ask you for a date. And I'd sure appreciate it if you'd accept and go out with him just once. Look, Wendy, I don't know, something you said to him, something about college or something, and got him thinking he's all grown up. And I figure, well, a sophisticated girl like you would go out on a date with him and use a little reverse psychology and make him understand that he's still a kid.
Well, Mr. Williams, you've been a great help to me. I can certainly do this favor for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, wait a second. I'm not sure I do.
Oh, Brad, it's all perfectly harmless. Now, promise me that you won't interfere.
Well,
Promise?
all right, I promise.
Now, you better get him to sign something. I don't trust him. Oh, hi, son.
Hi, Wendy.
My name's Daddy.
Oh, hi, Dad.
Hi.
Who's he?
You better wear your glasses, Bob.
I don't wear glasses, Dad.
I'm just making a joke.
This is Brad Wilson.
Oh?
Brad's an old friend of the family.
Oh, well, any old friend of the family's an old friend of mine.
That's very cute the way you put that.
Gee, it seems like forever since I saw you last, Wendy.
It was only yesterday.
Oh, well, it still seems like forever.
And Brad, how about going out and get a cup of coffee?
Not just now, thanks.
I'll buy. I mean, I thought these young folks maybe like to stay together for a while.
Oh, that's all right, Dad. Since Brad's an old friend of the family, he can hear what I have to say.
Oh?
Wendy, I'd like very much to take you out tonight.
Why, thank you, Rusty. I'd like very much to go out with you.
Oh, you would?
Why don't you call me later and I'll tell you what time I can make it?
Oh, all right. I can pick you up any time you say.
Well, what time are you bringing her home?
What?
You promised.
What?
Well, he promised her mother that he'd look after her. See, he knows what time her mother wants her home, see? Isn't that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, don't worry, Wendy. I'll bring you home on time. Of course, how long it'll take for me to say goodnight is something else again.
How about it?
Would you forgive me for running along? I've got to change my clothes.
All right, Wendy. I'll call you later, honey.
You had to say the magic word, right?
She's really something, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you known that doll, anyway?
A long time.
And you didn't stake a claim. Boy, you're either blind or dumb.
Well, I'll see you later.
Bye, Brad.
Bye. Yeah, that's the last you'll see of him. You see, just...
Oh, say, Brad.
Oh, boy.
Since you're an old friend of the family, would you tell her mom not to wait up for her? We're gonna paint the town.
He's just a kid. He just said that because I bought him a finger painting set, see?
Are you sure you want to go to a show, Wendy? Oh, no. Movie's fine with me. All right, hang on a minute. I'll have to check the time schedule, and the paper's up in my room. All right. Well, Wendy, the early show starts at 7:30. I'll pick you up at 7, and we'll have time to get a pizza when the show's out. Okay? Okay. I think I'll call Tony's right now and tell him to expect us. He knows me. All right. Goodbye.
I tell you, in my whole life, I never saw a more jealous guy than that Brad Wilson. To him, the word honey was like a dirty word or something.
Well, I don't blame him. I still think it's a silly idea to get Wendy to go out with Rusty. Nothing silly about it at all. it was sweet of Wendy to go along with it.
Rusty and Wendy out on the date. That's like trying to make a hot twosome out of Dennis the Menace and Cleopatra.
That's fine. It's exactly the way I want it. Charlie, what do you expect me to do? He's my boy. I love him very dearly. I can't hurt him.
You expect me to go to him and tell him that he's making a fool of himself? It'd hurt him a lot hearing that from me. Yeah.
So, this way, sophisticated girl like Wendy, she'll show him he's in the wrong league. You'll let him down easy.
Yeah.
I guarantee you one date with Wendy, he'll get the message, and that way I don't have to hurt him.
Well, sure. Like she orders a martini, and the best he can get is a double Shirley Temple.
Exactly. Oh, dear. Wait till your boy grows up. You'll see what trouble you can have.
Yeah, I tell you the truth, Dan, I'm not worried about that.
Huh?
Right now, I got a different problem.
What?
I'm hungry. Boy, some host joy. You don't even offer a guy a cup of coffee.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. Well, would you like a cup of coffee?
You talk me into it.
Louise? Kathy? Hey, is anybody home?
I'm the only one home, Dad.
Oh, hi, son.
Hi.
Well, looks like I have to fix it for ourselves. Would you like a little snack? We're gonna fix something.
No, thanks.
Oh, okay. Come on, Charlie.
Dad?
Yeah, boy?
I've got a problem.
What kind of problem? I thought you were all excited about going out with Wendy.
Well, that's my problem.
What do you mean?
I want to call it off.
You want to call off your date with Wendy?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would be fun, and, you know, I was flattered that a girl like Wendy would want to go out with me, but I changed my mind.
You changed your mind?
Yeah, see, I've been giving this thing some mature thought, and well, it just won't work out. The age difference.
Oh, you figure you're too young for her, huh?
No, she's too old for me.
Listen, when he's right, he's right.
I mean, I know it doesn't matter now, but when I'm 21, she'll be past 25. I mean, I don't want to get stuck with an old woman.
They do get a little grumpy around that age.
Well, that's why I think it'd be better to nip this thing in the bud before it gets too complicated.
Yeah, you remember that for the rest of your life, boy. You go right to the core of the matter, otherwise it gets messy. Okay, you want to call it off? It's all right with me. Come on, let's get it something.
Say, Dad.
Yeah, boy.
Uncle Charlie.
I get the message. I'll go fix the coffee.
Go ahead. What is it, son?
Well, I kind of hate to put you on the spot, but, well, could you talk to Wendy and break the date for me? It'll make it easier all around.
Sure, son. That's the way you want it.
Thanks. I'm sure you can make up a good excuse so she won't take it too hard.
I'll think of something. And by the way, I think you made a wise decision. You know something? You have grown up.
Dad?
Yeah, boy?
Well, it's just that... Well, I'm a pretty lucky kid to have a great guy like you for my father.
Thank you, son.
Rusty. Say, Evelyn, that, my voice? Ah, the darn thing changed again. Say, Evelyn, about that party tonight. Well, you know that something that turned up? Well, it didn't turn up, so I can take you. Oh, I don't blame you for being a little bugged with me, but let me take you to the party. Oh, come on. I'll make it up to you for the way I acted on the phone. You will? Oh, great. Okay, I'll pick you up at 7, all right? Goodbye. What? Oh, no. Come on. No. Oh, all right.
Goodbye, Evelyn.